this is what makes government great, is the community participation. And like Ann said, going out and talking with individuals and learning these new perspectives and getting folks involved is what makes St. Louis Park so fantastic. I will talk to people that are my friends and they're like, oh, you live in St. Louis Park? I'm like, yes. And they're like, that's a great community. I say, why do you think it's a great community? And they'll talk about the theater, and they'll talk about community involvement, and the parks, and all these other wonderful things that we have already talked about, and it is a fantastic city. And then the next thing they'll say is, but we never go there because the traffic is so awful. So that is absolutely something that we need to look at as far as that goes. I was born and raised in St. Louis Park. I actually bought the house that I grew up in. So I lived there for 22 years, moved out for 15 years, but still had the connection, and have moved back exactly to the same location. So I was able to walk to school 4 blocks to Susan Lindgren, uphill both ways in the snow without shoes. We had shoes. By myself. And now I'm seeing parents walking or driving their children to bus stops a block away. And that kind of breaks my heart. But if that's what the reality is, that's what the reality is. We can't go backwards, but we need to keep a safe environment. So my background is completely different. I have a military background, and I've obviously been in the neighborhood for quite some time. I've worked in counterterrorism, which is a different perspective. I'm involved in the CERT team here in St. Louis Park. I'm the Medicata Vista Association co-chair. Along with some of the strange things that I've done, I've worked as a city gardener in Burnsville, and I've also worked in space operations. So I have this broad breadth of information and experiences to pull from. It's a little bit different than what we have seen, and hopefully that will bring a different perspective to the City Council.